Hey guys, so we're doing something unusual. Well, it's not unusual because we like to go off the beaten path, but this is out of our way to get back home to Uncle Greg's house. We did this several years ago. We went to this place and we passed it going down to Atlanta, and I wanted to go, but we didn't have time. So now on the way back, I decided, and I asked Eric, and he said yes, to go make this stop. How many of you are familiar with the painting American Gothic? It's I don't know if I can post it here because it's there might be copyright issues, but I'll post a link. It's the old dude and the lady in front of a farmhouse he's holding a pitchfork, and she's got her hair pulled back. An old guy, I think he has on glasses, and it's in front of a house, right? What you might not realize is that that's a real house. There was a painter, I don't remember his name, but I'll write it right here at the bottom of the screen. The painter, yeah,
he's a famous American
he is a famous American painter. The painter went around to different cities in the Midwest, and not cities but towns, looking for interesting things, just interesting stuff to paint. And there was a whole wave of painters, of artists in this period of time, the early 20th century, mid-early 20th century, right? Anyway, so he came to this little town. Hope you saw that. A little town called Eldon, Iowa. E-L-D-O-N, called Eldon, Iowa. And he saw this house. There were several of them actually, but this one stood out to him. It was a house with a Gothic window. A Gothic window. That's the arched window that comes to a point at the top and goes up like that.
Like in a Gothic church.
Like in a Gothic church. And it was this little farmhouse, right? So he painted it. Now, this kind of architecture was very unusual. It was, I think they were importing those kind of glasses at that point.
It was, they ordered it from a catalog.
Yeah, they'd ordered it from a catalog.
Like Sears and Roebuck or something.
Because it was just a very unusual thing. I mean, we're out here in the country, and it was even more country in the 1920s or whenever it was that it came through.
Here.
So here's the town. This is the town of Eldon. It looks like, if you guys remember when we went through Pella and I showed you, I mean, it's seriously just a legit little bitty Iowa town. Little church. But he would every now and then see these windows, and some of these houses obviously are newer, but there's a part of town where the old houses are, and that little old house had Gothic windows in it. And so he got a picture of the farmer and his wife. I believe it was the farmer and his wife whose house that was.
Actually, no, it was a doctor or a dentist.
Oh, it was somebody else's house. Okay.
His sister or his assistant or something like that.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly, but we'll get it here in a minute. Well, actually, the visitor center is bound to be closed. There's a little museum here.
Because it's Sunday too.
But it's Sunday evening. We're kind of late actually. It's getting a little dark.
See, here's the sign that says American Gothic house. So when I tell y'all it's inside this little bitty town, I am not kidding. So here's like another example of the houses that would have been in this town at the time. Here's another one. A little house from this time. Old little houses, and they had these unique and interesting windows that people were ordering out of the catalog. The Sears and Roebuck.
Look at these houses.
Look at these little houses.
Itty bitty.
Some of them are big.
Yeah.
But they're old. Some of the curved windows you see, the arched windows, but they're not Gothic arches. Some of them, like we saw one or two the last time we were here. Guys, the last time we were here, Josh and Kalani were very small. Kalani was 3 or 4. Yes, I will. I will try to paste a picture from Facebook.
And I was a lot heavier then too.
Yeah, Eric was heavier.
I remember those pictures, and I was wearing that.
We put on the costumes.
We were the people. We were
Yeah.
the two.
The couple. They actually have a visitor center, and you can dress in the clothing that was in the painting, the clothing of the people. But like Eric said, we think the visitor center is probably going to be closed. But you'll at least see the house. You see, when I tell you I'll be out here, there's the house. There's a visitor center. Somebody's sitting in front of it. It's just out here in the middle of nowhere, like away from the majority of the town.
Smell the snow.
Oh, it's gonna be cold out there, Lord. Y'all see that snow? Oh, Father. The last time we were here, it was cold and snowy.
Yeah.
It was icy. Yes.
No, it was sunny.
No, but it was. There was snow out. Is what I
Yeah,
mean.
there was patches of snow, but it wasn't anything like this.
Yeah. So it looks like the visitor center is already closed for the day, which is fine. But there's the house. I'm gonna actually get out.
Me too.
Okay, guys. I had to bundle up, as you can see.
My girl.
Gloves on. But here we go. The visitor center is closed. Whew. They were open till 4. No, they don't open on Sundays during the winter. Anyway. Whew, that's the house, guys. Look at this. Just came from Atlanta, Georgia. And now I'm in this. So this is it, guys. This painting. Remember that? You recognize that? So here's the house. It's a little bitty house. Oh, okay, I'll come over to it in a minute. But see? That's the house there. There's the Gothic window that it's famous for. Oh my gosh, it's so cold. There's the farmer.
Oh, sorry, it's this one. I did the wrong hand.
It's too bad. And here's like they've got a little Gothic window because they made it a tourist attraction, obviously. Like there's a trailer behind it and a whole bunch of houses back there. This is seriously like... Ooh.
Grant Wood.
Grant Wood, that's the artist's name. Okay. So here's a billboard, a sign explaining about the house. I'm not going to read this all to you. Oh my gosh. Has the house been moved? The house hasn't been moved. Oh man.
Zoom in on the QR code so people can get more information.
Oh, Eric says that if I zoom in on this QR code, you can scan it.
Oh, good. You can scan it with QR reader.
Okay. I don't know how focused it's going to be though.
There you go. That ought to get it.
Okay, so I
Maybe.
hope that
We'll
works
see.
for you guys.
Otherwise, there's probably a web. Oh, there's the website right there.
Yeah, no, the website too, AmericanGothicHouse.net. Come on, come
Your
on,
daughter?
girl.
Powder.
AmericanGothicHouse.net.
Snow on her head.
It's like powder. Look.
Look at these two. This is why they want to get out. They want to play in the snow. Oh my gosh, it's cold.
If you're ever in southeast Iowa, excuse me, near Ottumwa,
This is where it
You
is.
gotta come off the interstate. It's only, or highway. It's only about 6 miles into town.
Yeah, not that far.
Come here. If you come during open visitor hours, they'll let you put on costumes and you can take your picture in front and look just like we
These
did.
folks. Okay, y'all. No, Josh, don't do that on the part they've already shoveled. Okay, guys. So that's the house. This is a cool stop, and your girl is cold, so I'm going back to the car now. Oh, oh my gosh! It's definitely not snowball snow. Yeah, and there's a visitor center. Like I said, they have
But at Uncle Greg's house, it's gonna be like this.
They have souvenirs in there too, not just not just the costumes, but actual souvenirs and stuff. Oh my gosh! Ooh. Girl, come on here. Put the snow down. Okay. Oh my gosh!
That wasn't cold. No.
Girl, please.
Connie.
It's 5 degrees out there. It said 5 just now. That was an S for south. That was cold. Yes, it was like in the 20s.
Well, Connie, you have a poof of big hair and
I don't know where it is. Does it come back through this way?
I don't remember. But it's literally like, that is this town's one claim to fame.
Yeah.
And this town, pretty much, wait, we saw a few more old houses here that had windows, or a window or two like that, right? Look at that old one here.
There's a church there.
I obviously didn't take time to read you all the information, but when we were there, we read up on it, and it was quite interesting. But there'd be little houses like this, and then you'd have this super fancy window, because Gothic windows were super fancy back then, you know? It was very unusual to have some, look at that Gothic frame.
Whoa.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Just on the porch. And yeah, so it was super unusual for people to have stuff like that. But they wanted to get fancied up, and they did it. See, this church has this Gothic art.
Part of their sign.
Part of their church sign.
The other church
Here's a
up
pretty
there
old
had
house
Gothic
again.
windows.
Yeah?
The one in the downtown
Gothic
area.
houses too.
There's that old one again that I showed you earlier.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh. Oh Lord. And the thing is, this town isn't very different from many other towns in Iowa. Like, this is a standard, typical little Iowa town, isn't it, honey?
I'm supposed to turn back there. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
This is a very typical little town in Iowa, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Very typical.
Look at the park.
Yeah.
Except that it has
Wrong turn
a
somewhere.
big old Gothic window. Oh, look, we didn't see this part of town before. That's fun. I mean, no matter how many wrong turns you take, it's not going. The town is like that big. So anyway, look, this looks like a kibbutz housing, kibbutz
It
school,
does.
like a Gan Eladim. Anyway, so I just thought that would be interesting, and that you guys would appreciate seeing that. I know that you like traveling with us.
There we go.
And when we can't travel through Europe or on some other continent, you can still.
Christmas
Oh wait,
lights
look.
just came on.
Look, this is the town we're in. You see this here? Okay? Y'all understand when I say we out in the country? There's like grain silos. This is the downtown where we better go 5 miles per hour so we don't get stopped.
25. Let's be there 25. Look at this bank.
Oh, cool. It's just a little bitty town. National Register site. Yeah.
Yeah.